So ever since Meghan Markle's viral video post on Instagram backfired, not just on herself, but her entire team, and even also over at Netflix, there's been a lot of issues going on simultaneously, and given that the longer that she keeps that video up on social media, it's only going to get worse as time goes by. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, one thing about Meghan Markle is that, yes, we do know that she is desperately trying to remain in the spotlight. She is desperately trying to obtain any kind of a cameo or a small role in the film industry, whether it's for a movie or a television program, whatever it may be, because she really does see that her time at Netflix, it's getting pretty much, thinner and thinner. The walls are closing in and her time is very limited. And that's exactly why she's been pressuring CEO Ted Sarandos to actually greenlight a season 3, to also elongate her overall contract over at Netflix, to expand it, to renew it, whatever have you. But this is where it gets interesting, is that we already know that her viral pregnancy video really got herself into a lot of trouble, not just at Netflix, but also at various other studios. We know that Paramount recently ditched her for multiple reasons, and essentially the deal breaker for them was that viral video on Instagram. What's interesting here, though, has a lot more to do with what's going on with Meghan Markle and how she's going against the critics yet again, going against those that are opposed to her, and truly mocking that viral video. Let's get into this. Now, with the Meghan Markle fiasco still very active after posting her viral video on Instagram that backfired during her time at Netflix, one significant development going on now involves more to do with Meghan Markle firing back at critics yet again after her viral pregnancy video backfired for her series with Love Meghan. Now, Markle delivered the following. When you're a mother, I think it's important to keep your sense of self and to seek enlightenment when the naysayers come forward on whether or not you can be successful at motherhood. And I have dealt with unfair criticism about being a mother, and to them, all I really have to say is that this is proof that there is a lot of toxicity in the world. The Meghan Markle that nobody knows, the Meghan Markle standing here today has feelings, and you are going to see that side of me in season 2 of my program on Netflix. I would absolutely go as far to say that as a grown woman, I really should not be receiving such criticism like this at my age. But what's great about criticism is that you can bottle up those emotions and turn it into something creative and magical, and that's exactly what I'm doing for With Love Meghan. I thought it was important to address the importance of issues like toxic masculinity, sexism, misogyny, and how DEI is now being viewed as something horrible. This is everything, of course, wrong with society right now, and we need a lot of healing in our society, no matter what country we're in, because the issues that we face today are very much a global issue. And so when I post videos to express myself, and also hearing from mothers and fathers that seemingly don't have the education that they should have, I felt it was my purpose to really elevate those that were so misguided on how to raise children. In season 2, we are going to do something incredible. I can reassure everyone that it's not just a show about cooking, but everyone will be getting free advice on some core issues running in our society right now. This was very important to me and my team that have been very passionate about the next season for our show, and I can only hope that we reach a state of common sense when people get the education that they need when it comes to parenting. Now guys, let me just stop here. Nobody wants to listen to Meghan Markle, nobody wants to see Meghan Markle really giving out lectures about parenthood or being a father or a mother. No parent with common sense would want to even listen to Meghan Markle's advice. Now look, we know that with Love Meghan season 2, yes, it is true that they are going to throw in more segments where she gives out advice while she's cooking, while she's baking, and doing all this nonsense in the household. That's not even really her house, by the way. It's a rented house for the actual show in isolation. Again, the fact that she keeps going on this constant trope that toxic masculinity is at large, and how DEI should not be abolished, and how basically sexism and misogyny is still a running issue, not just in the US, but the UK and everywhere else around the world. Look, I mean, it's not working anymore. This is basically just a handful of words that Meghan, and along with others out there, they love to use those words to just kind of use that as a way to create a debate against the critics, right? And it doesn't work because there's no substance there's no real core argument at play, and there's really no point at the end of the conversation when it comes especially to someone like Meghan Markle. Now again, she goes on to move forward. So there are many surprises that will be uncovered in our show, and I can't stress this enough, but things like diversity, equity, and inclusion are things that should be celebrated and not abolished. It was my goal in life to really put that into a visual perspective in Season 2. Again, there she goes. It seems like she's kind of, low-key taking a shot at the presidency, taking a shot at President Donald Trump, the very individual that got rid of DEI for the most part, or at the very least, created a slow turn of the tide for many studios to at least get rid of it. She goes on to continue, it is probably going to be the most diversified series on Netflix that's really going to teach a lesson or two to so many young adults out there that are misguided and getting the wrong information on social media about DEI. I hope everyone, not just in the US, but also in the UK and everywhere else, really make it their mission to better themselves by educating themselves about society and the issues at large. We need to really improve that as soon as possible. Again, one thing about Meghan Markle here is that she keeps going on about how basically With Love Meghan is going to be the most diversified series on Netflix. I don't know why, but this is a constant thing that a lot of people like Meghan Markle, Rachel Zegler, and Pedro Pascal, many actors and actresses out there and personalities keep going on about. It's never about the story, it's never about the substance of the story, or the actual show or movie or whatever it may be. That's exactly what goes on. And you see, this is the ongoing problem with a lot of people out there like Meghan Markle, is that they always defend things like DEI. Everything like diversity, equity, and inclusion, of course, is what it stands for. But we also know that they are also, individuals that will never ever, go away from their politics. They will never keep that to their own selves. That's exactly why people like Meghan Markle, Pedro Pascal, Rachel Zegler, they always try to shoehorn either their agenda, their politics, their views on activism into their line of work, and it just backfires on their career. This is exactly why people are tired of people like Meghan Markle. So in the case of With Love Meghan Season 2 and the overall fallout from the viral pregnancy video and how now even South Park Studios and Paramount are going to begin to mock her. We already know, we discussed this about how there is an actual episode, there is an actual DEI special that will actually use some of that material from Meghan Markle to actually address that and to actually mock that. And that's exactly why, a lot of people they really just do not like Meghan Markle at all, because she's very narcissistic, self-absorbed, and very much one that actually always goes against the critics, and it only makes things worse. If anything, the best thing that you could do is that you could actually just see the situation as it is and maybe try to improve yourself, but that's not going to work in Meghan Markle's case at all. Overall, I would love to hear what everyone has to say about the whole Meghan Markle situation over at Netflix and the whole scenario happening with the whole viral video post on Instagram that she absolutely refuses to take down even after Netflix demanded her to take it down, and other studios actually demanded her to take it down as well. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.